What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got a Michigan football report as Michigan players like JJ McCarthy, Blake Corum have added a tremendous amount of weight to their body this offseason. Plus the offensive line competition does not fear this offensive line transfer. We also got some transfer portal talk and also a new prediction in for Michigan to land a 4-star edge, and also Kenneth Grant, Mason Graham could be the most dominant duo in the interior of a defensive line. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is a couple of Michigan players who have gained some weight and have been putting in the work in the weight room. The first one I'll start with is Blake Corum. According to On3 and the Wolverine, Corum has now gained 10 pounds of muscle this offseason, which is up from 210 pounds last season, which is just absolutely insane because Corum was already jacked and has tons of muscle on him. Just incredible the work that he has put in, not only on the field but also in the weight room. He obviously had to recover from his MCL injury he suffered last season, but he has still been putting in work in the weight room. He is a workhorse for sure. And another player is JJ McCarthy. He has gained 12 to 14 pounds since last season, which is really good for him. And keep in mind, even though these players are gaining weight, all these players should still be remaining at the same speed, if not faster. Ben Herbert and Michigan's strength and conditioning program, they do a phenomenal job with these players, keeping them at the speed they need them to be while also gaining weight. And a couple of other players on the Michigan roster currently that Ben Herbert has just completely changed. One is Rod Moore. He was 168 pounds when he entered the Michigan program, and right now he is now 195 to 196 pound range. Just incredible. Also, Amorion Walker, he came in at 158 pounds and he is now up to 187 pounds. Just incredible. But now the next thing I want to talk about is actually an offensive lineman transfer, Miles Hinton, who is the offensive tackle transfer from Stanford. He talked about transferring into the offensive line competition. He told On3 and the Wolverine that I was a Michigan fan growing up, a Michigan fan even in college. It was a dream. It was natural for me. And he said, for me, I wanted a challenge. I want to go to a place that I could grow, because if you are not getting challenged daily, you are not going to grow. Now, he has been dealing with an injury. However, he does expect to be fully healthy by the end of May. He said it was good to get going, good to start knowing where I stand on the team. He said I couldn't compete really yet because I'm not 100%. And he said some drill work and lifting is pretty much all I did. So he should be fully healthy by the end of May, and he wants the challenge. He is not shying away from the offensive line competition. Michigan's offensive line trying to three-peat the Joe Moore Award for the best offensive line in college football. We'll see if they can get it done. They certainly got another great offensive line group next season. And now I want to touch up a little bit on recruiting. We just made a recruiting update video yesterday, but I want to talk about the transfer portal real quick here, as the cornerback Trey Amos, the cornerback target from Louisiana, he has actually committed to Alabama, so he is off the chart now for Michigan. Would have been nice to get him, but he has committed to Alabama. And I also wanted to mention that the 4-star cornerback in the 2024 class, Ife Obidigwu from St. Francis Academy, he has committed to Oregon. He was a cornerback target for Michigan. Michigan really wasn't too high on his list. They did make his top list, however, they were focusing their attention on other cornerback targets. But so he commits to Oregon. Then I also did want to mention the Michigan State wide receiver Keon Coleman, who transferred out of Michigan State. It has been confirmed that Michigan did make contact with him, as On3's Hayes Fawcett reported among 59 schools who contacted him, and Michigan was one of them. He was a good wide receiver for Michigan State. It'll probably be a stretch to land him. Michigan probably won't be able to land him. However, they have contacted him, so let me know in the comment section down below if you guys would want Keon Coleman. Then I also wanted to mention that the 4-star edge in the 2024 class, Dominic Nichols, has been crystal balled to Michigan. This just came out today. It's a crystal ball from a Michigan insider out of Steve Lorenz. Nichols is ranked 422nd nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings, the number 31 edge in the 2024 class. That's pretty big right there for Michigan. Michigan, Penn State, and others are in the mix. And the next thing I want to talk about is Michigan defensive lineman Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham. Michigan coaching staff has high praises for both of these true sophomores next season. Minter said earlier this spring, Kenneth Grant is going to be a name everybody's going to know about. He's a monster in the middle and has a chance to be really, really dominant. Kenneth Grant also said that my game is developed. I developed more, especially going behind Mozzie Smith. He taught me a lot of things about the small details, and he's also cut down on weight, which is what Ben Herbert wanted to do. He said he came in about 360 and he is now closer to 335. And obviously Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant both have a chance to be a great duo on the defensive line. Jim Harbaugh has called Grant and Graham a gift from the football gods. Kenneth Grant, speaking about him and Mason Graham, he said, we can be one of the best interior duos in the country, to be honest. It's like having a twin. Michigan's defensive line certainly looked good in the spring game. I think the defense will definitely be good, and it starts with the pass rush, the rushing defense. Defensive line should be phenomenal next season. And I also want to talk about Michigan freshman running back Cole Cabana. We recently talked about him a little bit in the past, a couple videos ago, talking about how he was faster than Donovan Edwards, somebody inside the program reported, but he has been dealing with an injury as he participated in a little over half of the spring practices before he had to go down with a minor knee injury. He told On3 and Wolverine that I'm just about at 100% right now. It was just something minor, and before his injury, he said I felt like I was doing a pretty good job. Overall, I think I had a really big spring. And also talking about his role for next season, he would love to return kicks, as he said that's what I'm hoping for. I would love to do kick return and punt return my freshman year. He said that would be a pretty amazing experience. Nothing is given, obviously, but he said that's my goal, to be the kick returner at least. And he said that he is best at kick returner over punt returner. He said that would be sweet if I could earn that job. Then real quick here, the last thing I want to talk about is a list from Pro Football Focus, as he came out with a top 10 draft eligible quarterbacks for next season, and he put Joe Milton, the Tennessee quarterback who transferred out of Michigan to Tennessee, he put him at number 7 and JJ McCarthy at number 8. Let me know in the comment section how you guys feel about that. Milton over McCarthy. Thought that was pretty interesting in his list. But other than that, that is going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you're new around here. I greatly appreciate it. Other than that, hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. We will see you guys in the next video. Peace.